I'm predicting NaVi based on the map pool, but I think the game is Loud's to win. And what I mean by that is, if Loud play at their best, if they find their form, if they're hitting their shots, if Aspas is having great games, and Les is winning a lot of his duels, players are individually playing really well, and they play their default composition on Ascent. I think Loud can win, but I think we'll know by the end of the first map whether or not Loud can win. If Loud are keeping it close and they're looking competitive, and they are shooting back to a high degree against NaVi, even if they lose based on strategy or whatever, I think we can be fairly confident we've got a proper game on our hands. Oh, I'm worried, chat. I'm worried. It could be cool. We haven't seen, from what I understand, we haven't seen any teams running Breach on Pearl. They might have cooked up something Pearl, but I've got a bit of worry in my bones. You know what I mean? Yeah, they're playing Breach. I'm not gonna call it a bad decision yet, because you have to wait and see what kind of ideas they've got cooking. But it definitely means they didn't have confidence in the Harbor Viper on Pearl anymore, which is what I thought, right? Based on the fact that they were banning it at Tokyo, and they haven't been picking it. Also, Breach seems like it would be pretty good for reclearing B halls.
So many champions in this one. This is the conclusion
they're on the attack side.
Group D. And we're not getting the Pearl that
so
we
they're
thought
going
we
quickly.
were from Loud. This composition is
We
such
get a
shift
stun
that
to start with down in this area. So the fault line's been used. Horns up.
already been cleared, and they're just really aggressive up
Prowler
lane.
to try and clear out. They're going quick off Aspas. Oh, CNED, that little micro flick on the Cowan scene is insanely good.
Loud not caring at all about the
And this split that came through, these guys are so late coming down B long, stalled out by one smoke.
And unfortunately for them, no more players either. 2v3 is going to be tough to get back in when the spike's on site.
Les is playing pretty far back. They've got the spikes.
All right, so 2E's is just going to distract, spamming bullets, making time for Les to do the full wraparound so that they can actually pinch these players.
Yeah, because then
so
the play's essentially
it
over.
looks like 2E's is the playmaker, but actually this is going to rely on Les. Les is going to probably be taking a duel early here against Sugetsu and CNED. It doesn't look good for him.
And do so without losing his life in the process.
30 seconds left.
Les now has arrived. 30 seconds left. The first swing is going to be a little bit of attack.
Les just dies immediately.
Left by himself. A 1v3 will now
okay, so
pistol goes to NaVi.
It's not the composition that was the problem there, but the timing a little bit not really connected on the split through. And CNED just kills Cowanzine instantly. There's nothing Cowanzine can do there.
Champion versus the 2022 champions as well.
I mean,
just ripped them to shreds.
CNED has to be traded immediately by one of the players from B long in that smoke. But the players are too far back, and CNED hits some lovely shots on the players coming from in front
about
of him.
What he's going to play. Is he going to be able to float something else? Is he going to have the raise that's capable?
And that triple crossfire towards the end is a great way of making sure that Loud can't clutch. I mean, that was a really
NaVi picked the Pearl with a silver thinking they'd be playing against Harbor Viper.
The first one, they got 3 suppressed.
No, NaVi just always play this comp post-tension. It's not a counter-strat. I mean, it's a good composition against it if you do happen to be running into that, but it's not specific. NaVi always run this comp.
They've left CNED here. It's very nicely handled.
The tug of war between the macro.
Of course, NaVi will have to adapt their ideas based on the comp that Loud are running, but it's not like it's not a disaster for NaVi. They didn't pick this comp because it's only good against Harbor
towards the safe side. Another split.
Here the flash pop. Shao feeling some of the
pressure.
pressure.
Shao gets caught out there, trying to use his one-way instead of playing in a position where he can fall back around a corner.
NaVi still have 2 members that are playing backside.
Seas catches on to Zipan, and he gets spammed. He was brought down to 1 HP because of the Seas. Unless it's another... Okay, this is what I'm talking about. If the players on Loud are popping, we've actually got a game on our hands.
Angel that are left. And you remember, you go back to the beginning of the round, they were the ones who were opportunistic in their space gathering.
Yeah, and
why
with the
Shao
way
and Astra instead of Soba?
Because
Shao is an extraordinarily good anchor player and an unbelievably good Astra. And in this composition, the Sova has to be really proactive, taking space on the attack side and dictating where the flow of the game goes. And that is something that Shao doesn't do as well.
Nothing but a Marshall in the hands of Aspas, and I mean, he didn't really do
a lot of the EMEA fans and analysts hate the fact that they don't put Shao on Sova on like Initiator, but I think it's a good decision.
See if they can grab any of it.
One more. Not going to find it, but still getting the Bulldog down is
I mean, he mostly
pretty
plays Omen.
important.
I don't want to play an Omen on this
a dropped weapon for somebody else. And look at these shots from Les. He's full blind there. The C's gets a connection, and he gets that spam.
Yeah, Shao's phenomenal on Initiator,
so nice.
but he's not
That's the
a
guy
particularly
if I'm
aggressive or proactive
looking to
player.
See what type of form Loud is going to have
in
on
terms
this
of how he
map.
takes
I'm
map
looking
control. It's
at
much more about like
he's playing
trading
such a
other
critical
people out
role
or
now,
holding,
especially since you're not
positions and
running
winning duels
the
against
double
people when
controller.
they
You're
push
not
in.
running the Harbor Viper.
All right, so let's take a look at their A
He's
play.
almost the sole lurker.
So they have a star here and a stun, so that can turn into a stun suck combo if you fight over a main. So this is going to make it very difficult for NaVi to push into a main because you're running into a stun suck and a flash.
For sure. And the interesting thing there is they're going for a reclear.
So Loud with this comp. Oh my god, what a shot. We didn't see it on the screen, but the angle that was from in Flowers seems like he just one-tapped him and ran off.
Where he just pops off.
Boy, I hope so. Look at Les. He just got through a main to
this is
clear
a
R,
nasty
which
little
allows
timing
them to
from
get
Les.
on the site. But Zipon, is he aware of this angle?
Oh, that's messy, but Les still gets it.
A little bit of a whiff shot there.
Aspas just gets spammed by Shao with a ghost inside his own Cloudburst. That's mad unlucky for Aspas. Shao's literally just spamming into the Cloudburst and catches Aspas right in the head.
Les is still very weak.
This is reminding me of the beginning of the game that we casted yesterday, where it was just thrifty.
If they want to pull this off, and it just got a little bit more difficult.
The crossfires though are really good from
It's
NaVi.
too much to deal with.
After 3 rounds, does it kind of feel like everybody's playing by themselves?
Yeah, a little bit.
Might be because these first kills come in so fast from Angel, but for Loud,
the NaVi players are holding angles that you can't trade them. I mean, look at both of those kills. How are you trading them? You can't trade that. If they're hitting angles that are so tight like that,
thinking back to the buy that they do, they instantly
what's the punish? If you don't win the first duel, there's no ability to trade.
Just one Vandal, hero bot from Aspas.
All right, so that flips the economy
that's what they're going to try
again.
to favor. CNED's in a position on top.
That's a lot of damage
Gets
onto
away from the
Aspas.
stun,
He's got
and
the
now he
hero
can go
rifle
up.
and less than 60 health. Will die in 2 Vandal body shots.
So you got 2
Or
with
headshot.
utility and CNED with the height advantage onto Aspas. That was the rifle.
And look at that too. That's a dart going up. Even if
I didn't see where Sadak used his stun at the start of this round, but they used stun and they used the haunt, which are both of the like replenishable,
making sure you're doing something off of it. That's NaVi on
abilities to take map control, but I didn't actually see where they
picks up the Vandal,
and
he's playing for further back. He's getting one with the Sheriff.
That's so whiffy. Sugetsu's tap aim is superb.
On the last one, I think the intention was to get that lockdown down on B.
I mean, if Les plays
But that was a bit of a crouch spray beef.
He should be able to grab the weapon that was dropped by Sugetsu. I thought they were going to try to control it a little bit more. Angel was posted up on it, and you see the rotation through. As Angel goes off, CNED fills in on the space, and Les really doesn't have a way to get in to grab that weapon.
Stun goes towards Secret.
Because they go throw the stun over here, 30 seconds. Tui's is on the other side of the map.
Broken. There's no time here.
Very confused on what the intention here is. Tui's maybe
they're just going to send it into A. Where's Tui's going?
Yeah, that's a really big if.
Where's Tui's going?
And they're going to have to do so in the
What
face
is
of 4 NaVi members who
Bro
have full
doing on
weaponry.
B right now with 15 seconds
14
left?
seconds left. They've got to commit to getting the spike down very soon. Shao with the spam, not landing. But it's going to be enough to reposition. I don't think they're going to get the spike down, not at this rate.
Okay.
Sadak's got to commit, and he can't.
Hello,
The
Tui's.
pressure from
You have
Angel
2
was just
seconds
too
left
much.
to win the round.
And there's just not going to be enough time.
Legit, if Tui's was here,
chaotic round.
there's a bit of a chance that they win that.
To me, that kind of felt like multiple ideas where everybody's trying to implement their own say. Les was in the middle of the map for so long, too, while Sadak was calling to hit this A site. And that might have been
a bit of a melons round there.
It's not a great start from Loud,
But
despite having
they have
players
lockdown,
who
they have
look
rolling
to be on
thunder.
form. Even Sadak
Loud
in
have got
that
some
one.
ultimates here that are going to be useful.
A very nice attempt.
I mean, the lockdown can get countered by Angel's ultimate,
again.
but
Now they
the
have
Rolling
two
Thunder,
key
you should
ults.
be
I
able to
would
get a lot
love
of
to
value
see
out of
what
it.
the
So let's see.
ideas are when they start getting
They
these
should
ults
be
to
putting
layer
the
up,
star down
because
here.
this
Yeah, look at
breach
this
is
star.
very
This is
unique
going to
on this
scare
map.
the A main players even when
I
there's no
thought they were
stun
gonna keep
behind
that
it.
attack
So
set up for
that
Aspas,
star,
but at the
in
very
theory,
last
should let them
second,
get
switch
A
back to
main
the
for
Vandal.
free a lot of the time
The fact
because
that
people are
even
worried about
considering
stun
it as
start
an option is pretty
combos.
interesting.
Stun
Giving the
deep
option
here down
one
this
time in
line
Masters
to
Tokyo
try and take
over
some
2
mid control.
series.
Angel's recon gets broken very early on. So the defenders still have a bit of info here, though.
You see the setup for
Not
NaVi
all the info in the
defensively.
world,
They're
but Angel
concerned
can
with what's
redrawn this if he
happening
wants, and the smoke disappears. Haunt
Not really
catches.
willing to give up that
Angel has to
space.
try and defend
As much as
Sugetsu,
he can.
and
Loud
Angel
Aspas.
goes for a swing. Sugetsu tries to trade. They both die.
huge.
Not a
Completely
great way of
controlling mid
defending mid there
See,
from
never the out,
well from
Now they
Angel.
know.
And that's
Sugetsu
pre-shot
swings
too, so
because
if
he's
they
trying
wanted
to trade
execute,
because fuck
suddenly
it, if
that's
Angel's
gone.
going to do
Look
it,
at the
you have to
spacing
help
right
him.
now still.
Loud economy looking
Trying
like
to get
college
through, make
kids
sure
who
there's
can
nobody
barely afford to
fighting
fly
sewers.
on
That's why
Ryanair.
Calzigne's
Never
waiting for
mid there in
Lesser
business,
to
all
regroup with
good.
Aspas, but they're going to choose to go into CNED.
Yeah, the loud economy is not in a
Just
fantastic
and
spot
it's
for
just
Fonzie.
Zenit with
No.
45 HP.
Cousin It, thank you for the
no
8 months.
armor.
Right, with Angel dead, that
Hello.
means
And
no
they know he's
Sobro,
having
which
a
great
means
day, Josh.
that they're going to be
Aware
able
of
to
what the
convert the
gaps are in this ult.
4v3
He does have
here
a molly.
with the lockdown,
Less does, so
but
does he have a
this
lineup for it? I
doesn't
don't
clear
think so.
And you see they're
backside.
even freezing on this. Wait, they're just
They
going
were
to
jiggle peeking it though. They know that
Two
Cnet's here.
Cloudbursts out to obscure
Cnet
vision.
will still live one body
Cnet's
shot.
still healthy.
Oh,
The fact
not
that he
after
survived
gets
as long as he
vulnerable.
has is massive because he
Misses.
continued to make plays.
They're
so
worried
scared.
about scaling on
Plat's
him.
still not
They are
down,
so
Doug.
worried. Oh, and he hits the
Cnet's
shot
going to
before
be able to
Aspas
feast
does.
if they continue to wait. Les
Good from
finally
Les.
cleans him
Still a
up.
3v2.
Numbers in favor of Loud, although less weak. Just 5
Zipan's
HP.
very low. Loud should be able to
But
clear
the
this
spike
out.
Planted, you see if there's any utility that's going to dump up on top of it. Zipan's going to get cleaned up. Kawanzin
I'm
gets
not
both.
huge in how they're playing the post plant though. Look at that post plant. It's a 3v2 situation from
So
Loud.
cautious in that one.
But they have
But
one
it
player
pays
just
off.
dueling
Ultimately,
these guys.
not
One
enough players for
playing
NaVi to
deep in
deal.
B-Link and one playing
Let's
back
go
towards
with
pillar.
that show.
coming through.
Now, if you had,
And they were
if
so
the B
cautious
main
against
player
Cena with his
was
op.
more like tucked on the
What
corner,
a swing
and the
round to
B
win.
Link player was tucked right around the corner, then they can
plant
play off
position is
Kawanzin.
crazy
But
that
actually,
they
what
end
they're
up
doing
planting
there
there
is
when he's
Kawanzin's
kind of
just
in the
taking the
open
duels,
to players from spawn.
and if he loses
But he's
one,
protected against CNED, and they
they're
don't
just
choose
playing a
to try to
2v2.
flush him out after
they're
that
not in
lockdown.
position to actually swing off him.
Those early
They
picks
don't get punished for it
huge
this time,
dividends down the
but
line.
I don't think
And we might
that's a
get
good
early
way of
picks
playing.
again.
This is interesting.
Dash.
Oh, nice
Flash and the
idea.
wand.
Somehow,
Both
Navi
jets
have
activating
players in
knives
position to
and
be able to
dashed into
punish
mid.
it. We
And
missed
got
that because
through
they were
with
too
Loud
late
actually
getting into the
behind in
game
this
off the
one,
replays.
Despite getting the
But
first kill.
That was so
They
bad.
they stunned, flashed, and dashed
Hopefully we get a
into
good look
art
at that one more
with a
time because that
haunt
was just so fast.
to try and capitalize on
Through the
anybody
quiet
that
scene,
might
it
be
still
playing
has
around
his
this
blades.
area.
That's not nearly as fortunate. Rolling Thunder
And then
online for
Navi
Loud
reacted
still.
by pushing through here to try and
They
punish
have
the
to
mid
start being able to
play.
get success with these dry walks.
Oh,
and
that's so
Oh,
nasty.
that's not the success they were looking for.
that's not the way
Sadas
to
went,
do it. No.
Sadak went for a jiggle peek and just gave
And that's
Sugetsu the
another
timing
instance in
on
which
when to
Sadak dies
ADS.
with the Rolling Thunder. Mind you, they haven't really had the opportunity
Now
to
Zipan can
execute
get in a
with
spot
it,
where he
but
can play off
The dart for
Sugetsu.
the spam. Oh my goodness. Tui's in
That
trouble
denies
there.
the plant.
instantly cleared. Sugetsu hasn't, however.
Plant tap.
He's still playing backside.
And Angel's
Now
going to
understanding
ult
some of the presence. Angel
because
with
he
the
doesn't
100
have to
Fury.
worry about the
Not
lockdown
gonna
on the
tag
other side
anyone,
anymore.
but it was enough to bait it out. Just the tap. Now where do they go from here? Ults, or excuse me, Spike still in the hands of Les.
This smoke is going to
30
fade from a
seconds
CNED.
Another tap.
I mean, you're pushing into this 4-player defense.
Well,
three
Les
now.
gets
Still
one.
haven't planted.
And there's still so much to do.
He's going to have to get another
I mean,
three,
he
though.
swings into a high-low that you wouldn't be expecting in a situation like that, and it's so miserable
He
to
knows
deal
where
with.
all three of the players are. He knows there's one in dugout,
you've been
one
good,
left, and one right
but
of
man,
default, but he can't cover all
The
the
blades
angles
from
at once.
CNET are just too much.
Show me the replay of what happened at the start of this round. Navi was set up for a mid push,
That's just
and
crazy there, too.
I don't think Loud were
I mean, the cautious approach
expecting
for both
that.
teams.
Loud,
You saw
Loud
there
are
again in
cooking
that
up a
last
strategy
round.
there to
Nobody
work
from
against
NaVi
Navi's
peeking after they get
default
the
defensive
advantage, and
setup.
Loud holding on
I mean,
for
look at that.
so
Oh, they
long
don't
to
stun.
make something
They must
out
stun
of that
somewhere
round.
else. Maybe they stun over
This
towards
early engagement
double
is
doors.
just ridiculous.
Oh, they
Man,
do.
what
They
a
stun
mess
double
of an
doors, but
open.
it was too late.
The fact that Sadak doesn't stun until after that CNED push comes through is quite confusing, given Aspas dashed on the line.
So it's a little confusing, and Arden's right, but the reason for it is because Sadak has to flash at the start. They flash Haunt combo, and Sadak literally can't flash and stun at the same time. So that's why he's late on the stun there. Most of the time, he's not anticipating CNED to be that early with a peek from double doors, because their default defensive setup does not have the Jet peeking double doors at the start of the round. So the stun's designed to stop any kind of like late reaction, but NaVi happened to be set up for a fast react there, which is a little unlucky for Loud.
Scramble back towards the B. I think that was definitely a miscalculation. At the beginning of the round, an Angel versus Aspas. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
they are giving no fucks about B.
We definitely are 8-4.
This round, I mean, usually they've been putting the Killjoy utility over towards B. This round, the KJ utility's on A, a bunch of the players are on A, and they just have... Oh, A is now pretty open with Cena going down. He was, I mean, it looks from the minimap like he was swinging that, but he should have just been jump peeking it. It's possible that 2E's hit an incredible shot.
So once again, a lot of pressure and a lot of ask on the shoulders of Les.
It's good for him to have broken that molly before the rest of his team got here. Are they going to breach ult?
Sadak's had his breach ult for a while, but I don't think this is the round to use it again. Maybe in post-ban.
They're going to use the wall too, but not blocking out flowers, so they are spammable here.
That's a cool utility combo though, right? You have your aftershock that goes through here, Gravwell here, trying to punish.
So much damage from one shock dart, man.
Breach ult? Oh, Sadak's going to try and play a passive post-ban.
How do NaVi find a way out from this? It seems like Angel's going to be the late lurk.
It's the same thing again, right? You know what I was talking about with Loud on their B post-ban, where they had 1 forward and 2 back? It just means that the player forward, be it Les or Kawanzine, has to win their duels and take their individual fights. Otherwise, the post-ban falls to pieces.
Word on the street is that Angel siester'd his snooze to get by the sensors. He's gonna slump these kids today.
What else do Loud do on the other side of this timeout?
That's not the word on the street. The word on the street has nothing to do with anal snooze.
That's a second prowler they just used to clear out, and I don't know that they've really gotten very much.
So this is one of the first rounds where NaVi have actually tried to take A main control. There were 2 stars that they had to get through in A main, and they just decided to go for it. Sadak wasn't there to be able to stun it. Sugetsu's getting flushed out. No way! Sugetsu gets 2. They do that same combo again of the aftershock and the Gravwell, but they're swinging and fighting it before the aftershock and the Gravwell.
It's not coming.
The timing is so off for these Loud players in terms of when they're taking their fights. They're so sloppy and undisciplined with these comps. Miles Everett, thank you for the 100 bits.
Absolutely a flat
Loud have to be hitting their shots and winning their duels, because otherwise their discipline in terms of trading right now is so poor.
Internationally, even this year at lock-in, Loud runner-up.
And it's not just trading; it's like waiting for the utility to set them up for better fights too.
Elimination game. The first time we see these two teams playing, and NaVi feel like they're running away with it.
Loud not playing Harbor Viper has to be a criminal offense now. They haven't been confident in the Harbor Viper comp on Pearl for a while. I wish they would just put the time into making it better instead of trying to change the comp.
Right now, it just seems like Loud are still ahead, man.
I mean, no point playing Harbor Viper on this map if all you've been scrimming is
Les really seems to be the only bright spot in an otherwise.
You know, the issue there is not like they should have picked Harbor Viper. The issue is you should never have stopped playing Harbor Viper. You should have tried to improve it instead of moving the comp.
And love this.
Is this winnable at all for 2Es? I just don't see how it is.
Checking exactly what he's going to do, waiting for that pull to come out.
Wait, CNED is vulnerable.
He can play off this very well, though.
CNED's vulnerable. Very sharp from Shao. Those are the kind of spots where Shao is just so good. Well, still got tons of time, like 4 seconds on the clock.
Yeah. Even if he gets
3, 2.5. Not
one in most instances, you start to be able to play with the time, but there, no, you got to take them both down. So much for Shao to work with.
Dude, this 2K by Sugetsu
his wall makes it obvious where he is.
It shouldn't happen.
No,
that wasn't his wall.
I mean,
granted,
it was a nasty shot, and Angel's still frying as well. But yeah, when you come into this with an idea, with this breach, with this fade, it's definitely new. You're trying to catch him off guard with some of these.
Did I misunderstand that entire situation? I thought that was Shout.
Timing just seems a little bit disjointed. Meanwhile, for NaVi, they're doing everything correctly.
Yeah, that was Shout.
Starting to have so many tools too to deal with some of these situations.
So Loud take A main, but the 0 point tells Zipan that they're all in A main.
Massive. This lockdown,
and CNED's able to get onto this really deep line. I think CNED wants to be rotating though. When the 0 point catches this many players in A main, and you already have the Killjoy utility here, I think CNED wants to be rotating to try and actually make his operator useful. You don't want to be trying to play retake. You need to actually get CNED in a position where he can fight.
It's used to get onto the site. There's no counter to this Hunter's Fury. Sadok's dead.
Sadok decides to go for the plant there.
But they got the spike down. They also invested the Nightfall. They're throwing everything into this round. Desperately needing to find success.
They can start playing art. I'm wondering where Sugetsu chooses
Although they might still be able to get another force.
And he does.
Lockdown ends up getting used. What does the retake look like here? There's a big flank coming through from Kawanzin.
He's going exploring.
A turret just got put up, though.
He's going hunting. Sugetsu's ready for it. He clears out the turret. Unfortunately for him, Sugetsu takes a step back.
So now Sugetsu's on watching for Kawanzin duty. Oh, they decide to just send it.
They're going to go for the defuse, though.
They're not concerned.
They're getting half before the pull even comes through.
Zipan's already gotten it halfway.
What a bad timing from Tui's.
Less. The spam there cleans up one, but still so much to do. Did he buy enough time? It's so close. 0.64. The kill comes through at the end. As does the defuse for NaVi.
That's so close.
It's disaster. They had that right.
If the NaVi players weren't sharp in holding the angle there for the diffuser,
less than a second. Tui's didn't get his Gravwell back in time to pull him off the half defuse.
Oh, is that what it was? He didn't get the Gravwell back in time.
It's domination right now.
Gravwell is so difficult to see on those, on the like HUD. It's so difficult to tell if it's white or gray.
It's gotta have been a cooldown
What's
too.
up, Pipsqueak?
But if Arden's right there, which I guess he is if he's going to say it, like he must have been keeping track of it, then that's just a bit more unfortunate than anything. I suppose it's not unfortunate. Tui's just needs to communicate that, and they need a different person to be facing.
Free reign on this B-long side. We haven't really paid attention to it because Loud is just
Reese, thank you for the 41 months. What's the best sweet? I bet you love humbugs.
So much information for his team, allowing a full
I don't know what the best sweet is. Like a hard candy.
He doesn't take too long.
I don't eat very much hard candy.
He just holds the space. Contains what Loud are trying to do.
All right, so Les has gotten this area over towards A for free. NaVi have been doing quite a lot of these like stack kind of setups where they have CNED's AWP and the Killjoy utility and a few players playing on one side of the map or the other. So this is going to be a really heavy retake setup, which I don't like from NaVi.
I like this too. There was no one on site in the previous
Doesn't
round.
make sense to me. You're going to be retaking with an operator. You're going to find it very difficult.
This time around.
Right. Tui's has pull.
I think. Keep an eye on that.
So hard to tell on the HUD. I think he's got it.
They invest the Cosmic Divide too.
That calls Sugetsu.
Oh,
he's giving away his position. And Sadok wins the duel. Now this should be a dub for Loud. They're in a 5v3 with the Astra Wall down. Crossfire's set up from Art and from Church. There's just no way they lose.
Getting info on the other side of the wall.
Surely.
A nice pivot there too to use the Nanoswarm to push him back even further. That will be the round here.
Werther's originals are S tier. Yeah, did you fight in the war?
Remember, Loud has struggled to get
Are you part of the greatest generation?
Weapons here that really hurt. Whereas NaVi, plenty of bank.
I love that question, Pepperboy.
And that's what I was
Werther's go
expecting
hard, shut the fuck up. Yeah, if you have no teeth.
Where was something to do with the breach and fade to just push yourself on site?
Yeah.
Take your teeth out and suck your Werther's.
NaVi does have a decent amount of delay in the form of Sugetsu, but not much more. Not as much as you get from like
Jelly
a Viper
babies are not
or
hard
something like
candy.
So I'm pretty surprised, but
they're not in this conversation.
From Loud against Team Liquid on Split, where just consistently waiting. Finally, though, a fast push, and we might get it again.
So Loud, when they used to play this map, would love going B with their lockdown. That shock looks like it did a lot of damage, but it actually didn't do too much except the last pass. All right. CNED is going to be looking for whoa, that nearly caught on to Aspas. So NaVi do have double shock dart lineups for the plan, for the lockdown, but they also need a nanoswarm here too. So you nanoswarm, you double shock like this, and you break the lockdown, but they're not set up for it this round. It is something they have, but not using it currently. Oh my god, Angel is just dry swinging with CNED to try and trade with the AWP. And he just wins the duel.
Xiao's one kill off of a Cosmic Divide. That will ruin the Belong player's ability to play into this.
Oh, I mean, it's done.
Okay, Angel dies on an angle where nobody can trade him, so that's the famine part of the Feast or Famine way. Great trade by Xiao. CNED's going to tap and make them worry that the nanoswarm wasn't good.
They don't know that CNED's in the smoke. First shot goes wide, but
the pull gets used as well. Nanoswarm, pull, and Tui swings through the wall. Nice. Really good post plant there by Loud. I like the way that they played that. They didn't have anybody trying to take contact far too early. Yes, Sadak died, but that was a bit of an unexpected timing. I don't think that was part of their game plan. And they played the like double setup in back halls pretty nicely, and they played this situation nicely too. You see how Tui's dips through the wall to set up less to push, and then Tui swings back through afterwards.
So close.
And they have nano swarms, and they have full pull on the spike. Yeah, not bad, not bad.
Everybody thought they had that when that wall went up.
Why does CNED push and not
yeah,
defuse?
it might be heroics, but I'm seeing a shift in the game plan in these last 2 rounds. Much more emphasis on hitting.
And because he thinks he has a timing through his own cloud
These sort of tools.
Which he did. He did have a timing. He's just not given the weapon for it.
Force them to play these
All right, so NaVi are playing mid again, which we saw in one of the prior rounds, where they went for that flash dash and haunt setup. Angel's just going to walk out.
They're expecting a
that
push here,
would be very bold.
They get some peeks into mid, but they don't go.
See, this is strange. So Angel's cleared out shop, but Aspas is on the lurk.
And Loud was
I'm surprised they're putting 3 on B right now when there's nobody in shop. That doesn't make sense to me. They need to be rotating somebody over to help A.
Potentially a fake, potentially another deep flank that we saw in pistol round with a different player.
They got the Nightfall in line for Cowanteen.
All right, they've got Shao in the rough area at the moment.
And now
they've got the
the
Killjoy
map,
utility
you see the
there too.
abundance of money.
Is Aspas going to try and work a pick at any point here? He really hasn't gone forwards. He's just holding B long. I guess he's not designed to... Oh, he's working his way forwards now. And he almost got caught. All right, so now Aspas is the only player here. His job, I think, should be to try and trade out the players coming from B link. But instead, he just dashes straight into... He just basically headbutts Zipan's gun.
Loud, NaVi, oh my god.
These B splits look shite from Loud, I'm not gonna lie. They just look shite. This is the same kind of thing that they did on the pistol that just looked poo. I don't really understand what the idea is there.
Behind the screen after this first kill, I mean, using Aspas's smoke to do so.
That's a bit unfortunate from Aspas, but I still don't really understand why he's trying to entry into holes there. I guess the idea is he's going to swing out of his Cloudburst backwards, back into sight, to trade out the players.
Careful there, you might show too much emotion.
Yeah, he's probably looking to try and go back into sight, not into holes there.
But we just had Zipan talk about feeling like the
But if he's planning on doing that, why not just Cloudburst holes, not dash into the smoke, and swing through the smoke instead that's between screens and Jenny? Alright, do they have some cool ideas for defense? They should be able to retake pretty effectively on B.
Expecting them to be able to win a tournament like this.
Like the stun
well, also, I imagine
holes,
in a lot of ways,
and then they can throw C's, they can Prowler it afterwards. They have a lot that they can do to clear out this area. So it'd be hard to play close B post plants, and then if they smoke this off and they're
right now. They've
tapping the spike, then
both orbs.
It should be a little difficult as well for NaVi to play offsite post plants.
And now they can regroup with the spike that's still laying in spawn. They've maintained mid control as well from the barriers, so they have a pretty good idea of what's going on. Meanwhile, Loud have this trap set
I like the defensive setup in general
off the turret
from Loud.
Contact with Sadak stun, so if they go into B-Link here, NaVi needs to be ready to...
Oh, it looks like they're going into B-Link. Okay, so turret contact triggers the fault line, and Cowanteen is going to swing. Then Sadak's going to try and swing if Cowanteen takes contact.
Zipan has his knife already back
broken.
Up.
That recon is nasty. That comes from A main.
So they break the setup in B. And they head right back towards this split with the drone coming in, forcing these players close.
Oh, what a snap from Aspas. Tui's able to get a second.
Good trades from the Loud guys.
That was clean.
Really well played.
Angel, where are you going?
Aspas comes over and all the players from mid there, Cowanteen and Sadak, are just ready to help.
Oh, well, it's actually considering
too.
How to play in this scenario.
They had 4 players there ready to
defend
out. Nice idea.
Knowing how Shao's already on site, they're going to try to take control of this. He needs to win these fights.
Sadak should have fault line up pretty shortly.
Any damage, which, given how the first couple shots went, is a major success.
Les is putting them into the pen right now. They are completely boxed in.
And Les is coming around the back. Angel needs to win this duel against Les.
down in numbers, completely surrounded, as you were mentioning, leaving Angel by himself, currently top fragging
Wait
on the
a
server
second.
and looking for more
He knows
magic.
he's not on the defuse either.
91 HP, the classic does not connect as Loud get the pistol.
Angel doesn't need to peek that, bro. Just hold the tight
And they
corner
needed that
with
one
your right click and wait for the tap again.
Important
All
round
good
to throw
though.
it
All good.
you
Nice try.
had.
He
And
did a
you're
great
seeing
job
already
winning the duel
trap
against
play
Les
NP late.
and
Now
killing
he's doing
Sadak.
that very
S-showgasm,
well.
S-showgasm.
There needs to be a follow-up, and there was from Loud.
J Fox, thank you for the 25 months.
Playing up close inside of Art, this smoke. NaVi wasn't. You might have said that they weren't spending util to get the space that they had, but they also weren't getting the util out.
Hot take, stream volume is
Up
too
to ease.
loud. Really? I already turned it down earlier.
And not having the tools to get through it.
Hot
So
take,
I want to see
Angel
that
needs a
continue
better
from Loud.
team.
Being able to float on the map,
up.
give them the space, whatever it might be,
Shut
and also
up.
place. There's a deep stun here. Let up. By
It's a
Sadak,
garbage
you can go all the way
take.
AMA for
It's
these two
fine.
players that are pushing up. Without
Still
the
too loud. Volume is
contacting, though,
fine,
they
I
might not go
think.
for it, and Sadak might release. He already used
You
it.
put it back up?
Used
I
it at
don't
the
think I
very
put it
beginning
back
to
up.
set
Let
up
me-
what you were just discussing.
I did put it back
Across
up.
the
I'm
fault
trolling.
line, they're able to control the space, get the orb into Cohen's.
Why did I put it back up?
Wait, Aving's Nightfall.
And that is pretty good prophylaxis from Sadak to set up that fault line so that they don't want
Okay,
NaVi
my
does
bad.
not want to go into A main at the beginning of the rounds.
It was supposed to be balanced for this
no
level.
ways to dodge that. So good conditioning.
Prowler to clear out main, nothing found. Just Tui's filling on.
Thank
the
you for
space
keeping me
behind.
honest, chat.
NaVi with 3, make that 4. Pushing up towards Art, trying to create some pressure across the middle of the map.
I understand that Ye
Really trying to
wants
find something for
to
CNET
save for an
here.
operator on defense,
With this Marshall,
but
the
I would
Sheriffs were really good for Loud
give
on this
him a
second
bulldog.
round. In that
or at least a
first half,
Spectre if I was Sadak.
Knife spots nothing.
Like
playing
Sadak
into
is
side
going to be
secret.
playing
Meanwhile,
super
Cohen-
supportive.
Excuse me, Sadak's fault line just came back up.
Yay? What are you talking about, Yay?
Valentin has his haunt too.
Oh, did I say
Post
Yay
game
instead of
main control
Aspas?
too allows for such an easy
Why did I
pitch.
say Yay?
On to the players who are trying to get this fight down, and they should try to get it at all costs.
Oh, Shao was so weak. Oh my gosh, it was the aftershock that kills him?
Where'd that even come from?
Great shot out from CNET to get one though.
Hello, hello.
You would think it's gonna crumble.
Okay,
That's
Aspas
exactly
closes it
what
out
happened.
with the ghost.
Aspas with
Oh,
2 and
Smiley
Loud with
face.
6.
And they're able to save 2 Bulldogs and a Spectre, so that's not half bad.
That pistol was everything. To be able to
Aspas
go
is
into
going
a
to
round
buy
like
the
that.
op.
Aspas
All right,
with those
here we
ghost
go.
skills at the end gets an op as
Here we
well with this
go.
bonus.
Good shots, Yay. Well done, Yay.
And it feels
Rainbow,
like they're gonna
thank you for
have
the
a
4
big
months.
attempt to reduce this, not from 4 that we saw at the half, but to even it out right away. There's that aftershock.
He had nowhere to go, man. He had no choices. I thought the Prowler was gonna kill
The
him.
Aftershock is pretty good there.
He had nothing but a sliver of HP.
Actually, the Aftershock seems like it'd be pretty good in
Ghastly
a
bite.
lot of spots that Navi want to plant. You know, towards Jenny, towards the spammable box on B,
More tools
at
to NaVi
default
have.
A.
Angel's close to having his ult.
I think they'll be able to plant in
Drone early
positions
towards
like,
B long, too, he's spotted.
this, on the very side of the box, and out in the
Despite
open if they
drone not
can
lasting as long
control
as it
these
used to, you can
angles,
still clear up close here,
is going to be a key.
especially in combination.
All right, so
with
they're going to
Matt.
get away from
That's it, man.
Aspas, who's up in towards mid.
Tui's reading the
This is
time.
like a
That
this is
started
actually
to
really
drop as
another
soon as he
cool
saw the
mid
drone.
trap play, but
Turns
we're not
to
going to see
smoke,
it this round.
But they're already past it.
Instead,
Sadak already invested his fault line too.
yeah, the fault line can go through here
investments,
off
that
turret
op is gonna be
contact,
real tough
and you
to
can have
use
less
here
fight these
when it
players
comes
in
down to it
art,
on this
and
retake,
then you
but
have a
if they do
alarm
go
bot
for a
here,
B long post
an
plant, then all of a
operator
sudden that
watching,
kinda
the
changes.
op
Yeah,
takes
I
a
mean,
shot
just
and can
adding
back
Shao
up
as a controller.
and rotate around. It's quite a
There's
cool
not as
setup.
much
The
to break those
operator
sight
and the
They have
alarm bot
aftershock
both
as well
defend
to
Sadak and allow him just to
breakout
hold the
players
fault
trying to
line
play
too.
close while they defend the back of sight.
And
I
you're
swear I've seen
absolutely
someone
right.
play
They're
Breach
not
on this
intent
map
on trying
before,
to
and they
play
were
this
running
down
the same
long. They
play,
wanna
but I
take
can't
the fight
remember
out
who
onto
it
the
was.
site.
Some
They
NA
want
team.
to scrap with what Loud have to offer. The dumping
Wow,
of utility
Les has
backside
just
is
barreled
Les
his way
pushes
through back
into it
halls.
in the nano, gets
That's the
two.
thing, this comp is so
And
good
now
at
they
clearing
swing
back
out.
halls with the
Angel
breach and the
continuing
fade.
to frag. Hey, the guy really is in rare form today. It's just a tap,
Ball
though.
gets
That
forced
gravity was
out.
good. And they have so many
Recon
frames
actually
that can keep
catches,
out
and
from
there's
this
no
is far from a
time.
done deal.
They're gonna get half already.
I don't think they're going to be
There's
able
no
to. That's
time
great
if
from
they
Aspas.
just if they
Sadak
kill
can hold this
Cowancy.
the whole way because
Wait.
time is short. He's gonna have to
Oh,
get
there
it, and
literally
he
wasn't time.
can't.
I thought he just had it there.
0.6.
Surprised that Cowancy is not actually pulling.
Oh
off.
yeah, was it
Very
Furia?
closely timed.
Yeah,
man.
that does ring a bell. Didn't Furia run
How
some
long
weird
it took for them to
composition?
get on it? I think they probably.
I think
made
Cowancy
that
thought he'd won the
decision
round.
already. Yeah, there's just. He should have known too.
Pretty sure Cowanzine thought he won the round.
Wouldn't even had time to get off of that, but Loud, I mean, they lose a big opportunity.
Yeah, they played Neon Fade, yeah. Sorry, Neon Breach.
It was just a bonus. The only big thing here, Aspas with only
yeah, they lost the operator. But I think Aspas lost the operator because Cowanzine told him, like, we're winning this round.
He can certainly pick up the knives.
Oh, and you can tell they want to do it.
He's looking to counter this. That star as well could be real nice. He's calling players over.
Yeah, everyone's here.
Oh, Cowanzine's defended him perfectly.
Oh, just barely. I mean, look at his HP.
So that disadvantage they had with Aspas's weapon.
Aspas is going to go for the re-peek.
Oh,
bro.
If Zen wasn't
Don't take that duel.
they would have given him footsteps.
Am I doing both
I
matches
missed
today?
the go live notification, Sag.
What's up, Gladiator? Thank you for the 31 months.
Losing Angel too.
Yeah, I'm going to be able to play Emerald during the off days. Yep.
You're down to 1 minute with very little tools to get back into this. They noted that there was no
Cowanzine's looking to try and take a fight again.
But Cowanzine does get the info anyway.
There they go for the double swing.
Aspas is there too.
Okay, Aspas just misses the timing. Can't help Cowanzine properly. He's 45 health. He'll take a bullet. Wow, that's all the knives used. I mean, both players just beefing on each other, but that favors the player with the rifle bullets. Okay, now how did NaVi play this post plant? Because I'm actually not sure when Sadak gets the fault line back online. Ooh, that's unfortunate for Les.
I mean, the reinforcements instantly
Sadak has one flash. They don't have any of the fade utility. Oh, that smoke is brutal for Sadak because he can't check holes properly.
This just seems like another lockout from NaVi.
Yeah, the forward-facing post plants from NaVi are going to be difficult when Sadak has utility and when Cowanzine's alive. But
NaVi looks so good right now.
But yeah, Loud's retakes are not really going to be doable when they have player disadvantages and no initiator util. That's a mess from Cowanzine and Aspas.
No.
Aspas is playing it a little scared there because he's only got 45 health. And he's trying to double peek. He's trying to like updraft and only peek while he's like above Cowanzine and in the air. He doesn't want to get sprayed down, that kind of stuff. So I can understand why he goes for the fight like that. But
I mean, I think we're starting to see a little bit of
it means that if he doesn't catch NaVi players in that short window he has. Okay, stun, dash, onto Sugetsu. But Aspas didn't see anybody, so he just backed up again. Meanwhile, NaVi decided to increase the pace over towards B long. And Sugetsu's just taking all this space back. I mean, he's literally just... He realizes that Aspas has left, pops down the alarm bot. They've pushed all the way down here. This forces the rotates. NaVi's playing him like a fiddle. Angel has actually got the Stradivarius out.
4 towards B right now. On the defensive side, they have the alarm bot and Link.
It's not really a fiddle, is it? But, I mean, a violin.
That's really all the map control they have. No real idea.
Turndo, thank you for the 3 months.
Like that.
How you doing?
And Loud was stacking B, gonna opt away from that. And I wonder
wait,
why.
These guys realized that there was nothing towards B and rotated A just as Angel decided to bring them back to B. The absolute bait and switch masterclass play again from Angel. Sadak is befuddled. This man is fuddled and befuddled. And C-fuddled and D-fuddled as well, I would say.
Himself get tagged by the haunt, still gets a kill, keeps rotations from Loud towards A.
Yep, it's important too.
Playing them like a fiddle.
Oftentimes you want to try to pay
God damn.
try to spring the trap that they might have set. If you get tagged by something, all of a sudden they're like, oh, there's a player here. Let's go for it. Let's make noise.
Yeah. Oh, they've invested.
All right, but this is where we get to see whether the initiator utility can do it. No, the weaponry is just so bad.
So I guess why not?
I think specifically just trying to avoid any flashes Sadak might have here.
They're going to go for it. Flash Haunt combo.
No way to get through that smoke.
The flash was late. They didn't even combo the Flash Haunt combo properly. The Haunt landed before the flash popped.
And they just want to go down to spike.
Yeah, they're not actually trying to retake here, Schlabo. They're just trying to guide the spike.
Could be a guy. He does fall, does get his lockdown up. And Aspas picks up a weapon, so not falling the spike important there.
Right. Well, I said we'd be able to tell by the end of Pearl whether this is going to be a good game. And if NaVi just close it out 13-6,
and the final timeout spent by Loud.
I don't think this is going to be a good game.
In this game so far too.
I'm also worried that Loud play breach fade on Ascent too.
Back into favor for Loud. It still was 8-4, and NaVi never felt the pressure.
Yeah, talk about having control on a situation. Financially, you've always been okay. Your ult cycles have been really nice.
It does feel like they aren't properly coordinated with this comp yet, coordinated properly at all. Yeah, I mean, Loud, when they don't play the Harbor Viper comp, look really uncoordinated. The timings they take to like play off each other, the discipline in terms of when they take duels, their positioning, like in post plants and stuff, they just look like a sloppy team.
These global events.
And sometimes that gets covered up because they just hit all their shots and win all their duels. But for some reason, the Harbor Viper comp just improved their coordination hugely. And
the rest of the players
the thing is, though, that's not just the only thing that worked, because they were playing the Sova KO comp on Ascent and they looked phenomenal too. Their coordination on that map was superb. So it's not just Harbor Viper, but these like breach fade comps.
And down 5 on a map they really should be.
And then what was the second map that they played?
I know NaVi is what 7-1 on this map.
The one that wasn't Haven. What was the other map that they played against Liquid?
This is where their bread and butter laid.
I can't remember.
Back at Lock-In, back through
play?
Americas, when they had such success, when people thought they could challenge the likes of
Was it
Fnatic.
Bind?
Where is that gone?
Hey, it's gone stale.
Oh, it was Split.
It's gone stale in an attempt to
even their split coordination actually, but that's another map where they play the breach. They're just so breach pilled at the moment. And breach is good if your team is mega disciplined, because you have to be getting value off the breach utility. It's not like a Sky or something where, you know, Kawanzin can flash himself into situations if he needs to, and it's really versatile in terms of what you can do with it.
Full control of one of these mains.
You need set plans with the breach, otherwise you're just losing so much value. And you have to be coordinated and disciplined.
The important thing is
that's why it worked for teams like DRX. But
that timeout, swap sites.
I mean, it also helps if you play it on maps where you can play the Raze with it too, because there's just so much synergy with the Raze and the Fade and the breach. But I don't think anyone's going to be playing Raze on this map. Nobody's playing breach Fade on this map. Never mind the Raze too.
Single controller on NaVi Shout, and they're holding on to back all.
Yeah, it certainly helps when Angel's hitting this level of shots, because Loud winning their duels is a major win condition for Loud. I know that sounds stupid, but really, when they take so many ones, they've got to win them. But look how good NaVi look on these side hits. That's so nice.
This is beautiful.
And they have the lockdown to be able to secure this. All right, breach shell back through. What does this look like? Oh,
30 months means
arguably a bit too aggressive from CNED.
Relationship I ever had.
They get the plant down, playing a 2v3.
And do they know Xiao's position?
This is just about whether Xiao can find the timing, to be honest. He can't really hear very much because he's been nightfalled. Good stun. This is why backholes is not really an area that you can play in against this comp. Angel winning a clutch here would be unreal, but he's not going to manage it. All right, so this round, the breach and fade ultimates end up being really important. Both teams used both ults, or both teams used like huge amounts of ultimates. And yeah, NaVi's sight hit looked really good. I'm not big on CNED pushing that, but I think trying to find a timing there is a good idea. I just think he might have gone a little too far in. Like, I'd prefer him to be playing the corner where he can get one and then back, instead of being on an open angle where he has to win 2 duels to escape.
We talked about how nice the exec looked out
but yeah,
but you're right. Ball at a counter punch that Loud
the B retakes
was just so clean.
Are not bad from Loud.
And that gets us to the position as you were just mentioning where NaVi
what did the breach ult accomplish? The breach ult denied the plant from coming down, and it put a lot of pressure on these guys in terms of their post plant positioning, because NaVi have been wanting to play forward post plants. It also allowed them to get back in with the nightfall afterwards.
This does give a chance for
I think if you think about it this way, when NaVi used the lockdown, From the defender's point of view, they can be anywhere because you have to back up. So you're worried that they could be, you know, CNED could updraft and take heaven control. Or they could have somebody pushing towards the bottom. They could have two people pushing towards the bottom. They could start repositioning and get into good post-up positions in back halls. Start creating crossfires in back halls or B lane. If you breach ult them as that's happening, you're going to stop them from accomplishing those positioning goals. And then you're going to be able to come back through with the Nightfall. Which I think is a bit better than...
Angel was the answer. He was right.
You know, trying to fight through all of the things that Na'Vi could do if you don't contest them to get into the perfect position to use the breach and fade ult at the same time. Using those ults just to deny positioning can be more beneficial for you.
And in fact, it's the opposite now. I think Colin is in danger of getting trapped.
Both of these players getting suppressed here, so they don't have to worry about any pulls, they don't have to worry about prowlers. The pull almost caught Kalanzin there. So Na'Vi now have a main control of a 0 point and a pull. They're stacking over towards A though. 4 players on the defense side towards A, including Aspas's operator, which is looking at R.
This cosmic divide can have on the B side.
It's a flash and a prowler. I'm not exactly sure where Sadak used the flash. Didn't see. He might have thrown it from flowers through this wall so that the flash went here and the prowler went through. Possibly? Didn't see it from his point of view though. And they're going to try and find the timing after the A main re-clear. And Loud might have thought that there was nobody in A main to hit the site. Alright, Aspas finds his value in art. CNED's going to want to try and push him here. Oh, Angel might get fucked. Yeah, Angel is completely fucked. He walked the wrong way as well to avoid the aftershock. So, CNED manages to catch Aspas, which gives Na'Vi still some level of a win condition.
Perhaps waiting for the cosmic divide to expire before they pounce.
No more utility after that flash haunt combo. Again, the haunt still gets no value because they're mistiming these flash haunt combos. Wow, that's a big kill though. Don't think CNED was aware that he could be spotted from that side, but there was part of his body showing. Ooh, that felt doable from Shao. But alright, Loud with 2 close rounds. Coming back into things here. Les also with the defuse gets his lockdown online, which is another tool that they can use for the retake. And Loud are mostly playing retake setups. They're trying to find picks so that they're advantaged in the retake setups. But like player advantage retakes with the utility that they have and with... Oh, wait, he wasn't even showing part of his body.
He didn't see a barrel.
I thought he must have seen something. Wow, that's unfortunate. So half buy from Na'Vi that still lets them get 2 rifles, a Guardian, and a Bulldog. So this is still a lot of weaponry for a half buy.
Going quick for this push. The stun misses.
Don't really see what that stun
Any
was.
targets that he might have, but it clears the way for him to get this peak all the way top mid.
Such a nice setup.
Don't really understand what Sadak is stunning there. I guess he's stunning from B link into A main for 2Es.
CNED is nothing but stars to count for the rest
I
of the
think
round.
he must be doing that.
Another proper heater of a shot out
Alright, so
Sada.
CNED falls.
Both of them
But Na'Vi have B link control and they just believe too much in the alarm bot. How did Sugetsu get past the alarm bot? I mean, now there's no Killjoy utility down because Zipan just caught him with a 0 point. And Les just got destroyed in this round. I don't know how the alarm bot was bad. Maybe they did a pullback smoke for him to cross. I missed it. Did anyone catch how that happened?
He got suppressed, was not able to pop the nano swarm for the players to push him backside. So he lost control of that now.
It went down. Well, I saw it go down once the 0 point hit Zipan, but did you see it go down previously as well? The bot was down when he crossed. He must have just been out of range on B. I guess he was jump spotting or something. That's a massive, massive error for Loud. What a timing for Sugetsu to take. I'd love to see that on the replay. That's the kind of replay that is really value adding. No, it wasn't the KO knife because Zipan used the KO knife like 5 seconds later to turn off his nano swarms.
and nobody calling it out that they could be down mid. It's just crazy.
Well, that's unfortunate, but in that moment at the start of the round, Les was in range. Well, Les is punching his monitor because he realizes he just fucked the whole round for his team.
12 for NaVi. No ult currently in play, but Angel's close to his.
Again, retake is possibly here from Loud.
Here's that stun. Yeah, so the stun is going into A main. It's to stop the attackers getting fast on the A main line. The breach and the Astra combo is really good for A main control on the attack and defense. It just hasn't actually bothered NaVi that much because they've come up with other ideas like this, taking fast art control, or previous round finding a timing in B link, you know, like they're working around the fact that Loud always have A main. However, committing to an A fight when you don't have any A main control is very tough. Tweez, however, falls, and Kawanzin's looking for the timing. He sprayed 2. He found the god timing as Zipan and Sugetsu were running away.
2 remain for NaVi and Angel and Shao.
Angel's just been stuck in A main, couldn't do anything this whole round. I don't like the call on committing to the A hit instantly. I think holding in art and allowing Angel to drone out and recon out the player in A main would have been maybe a bit more successful. But perhaps they were just trying to use the timing before rotates got there. Because the problem is, if you make it obvious you're going for an A hit, suddenly they're all going to be flower. Nightfall used in a 4v2?
And they spam the prowlers here if there's any left. No, none from Kawanzin.
There's nothing to follow up behind that ult.
That's a really big investment from Loud.
You've already dropped the Nightfall. You want to keep the lockdown if you can. 13 seconds left. They're going to commit to getting the spike down.
Les just goes for the pop-in swing. Takes down Angel. Golden Gaze, thank you for the Prime. Fish Addict, thank you for the 5 months as well. Thought on Angel playing Sova and not Smokes. I think it makes all the sense in the world on this map. I love it when Shao plays Astra. I think he's a phenomenal Astra. And I think Angel's extremely important in the way that they take map control on Sova. I don't think Shao would do it as well. And I certainly don't think Angel would play Smokes as well on this map. So yeah, I think it's a good idea. Leaving Shao alive in the clutch, that is like the Astra's job on this map. More so than the Sova, by a long shot. Alright, so there's the stun. We get like an over-the-top version of the stun.
No follow-up though.
A bird's eye view, cinematic view of the stun that Sadak's throwing. But he's throwing that stun at the start of every round, and NaVi have just decided they're going to walk in there with a smoke to avoid the haunt. They broke the haunt anyway.
It's never amounted to an actual push. It's always been for
Thanks for donor-walling my resub. Oh, Lynx, thank you for the 30 months. 30 months now means this is officially longer than any relationship I've ever had, and I donor-walled that message.
That's where they're walking towards right
Maybe similar to other relationships that you've had.
NaVi have been known and confident in their splits, so
I don't know.
Have to see if it becomes a thing.
Also note Les's position.
Pass.
You mentioned
Mr. Altitude, thank you for the Prime.
This time shouldering towards mid.
Oh, that took down the alarm.
Just like my last relationship, indeed. That's gutting, honestly. That's gutting. Well, at least it was short, you know? Move on to better options. Okay, Aspas gets one. Oh, and he pops the knives and gets killed immediately. Is NaVi going to end this on a half buy? CNED gets detained. Sugetsu. He's part of the team! Oh my god. Oh, Sugetsu! There's no way that Sugetsu's going to be able to win. He doesn't have time. He doesn't have time. That's so unfortunate. I thought we were going to see a Sugetsu incredible clutch to finish the map. We go again.
That could have been it. NaVi could have ended it right there.
Oh my god. He had the chance.
Sadak for so long could have killed him.
Sugetsu does kind of win those a lot of the time.
The situation.
No, I don't think so. Given how it played out, probably not.
God, he's good.
God.
Unlucky though. Unlucky. But that was only a half buy from NaVi. Doombros is not mad about that because that was a half buy and they nearly won the map. But they only have one more chance at a full buy round, and that's this. The recovery from Loud has been here. And it's mostly been down to retakes. That's what I was saying with this comp. It's so good at retaking.
Tui's playing in the smoke that actually caused them trouble when they were trying to attack into NaVi.
And not just that, it puts pressure on you as you plant, so you're often in player advantage retakes. They've got 4 players around mid. Only 1 player on B or A.
If he buys time for this fault line to come back up too, they could definitely have a trap play.
They've put a bit of pressure towards Art, and now I like this timing on the re-clear from Tui's and Kawanzine. But they're going to have a clash, and Angel was worried about the box. Oh, and Kawanzine and Tui's just take their ones and win them.
And it's the 2 new players too.
You kind of have to save this, don't you? Wait, what are you doing? Why are you guys still fighting? This is like the only way you lose the round is by over-fighting over A main. Why are they doing this? Why didn't they just back up? Why didn't they just back up? They had a massive player advantage. Please. Oh, Les gives away his positioning. Wait, there's still only 20 seconds. Don't panic. Loud should still win this. No panickers, okay? Wow. Don't worry. Sadak has a stun. Sadak has a stun. The stun missed. All good. All good. And now NaVi are on a half buy. But also, my heart's beating a little bit because Loud made that a little closer than it should have been.
NaVi feels the pressure right here.
I mean, what a timing.
Great timing on the re-clear. Don't like this play where they fought over A main even further, but very nice timing on the re-clear from Tui's and Kawanzine. Do you think that if Loud wins this map in OT and then run a normal comp in Ascent, there's a chance for it to be a 2-0? Yeah. Yes, I do, Lucas. I think, you know, when the score earlier was 11-6, it didn't look very good for Loud. They hadn't really been able to do anything. Since then, they've won 5 out of 6 of the rounds. And now my perception is very different about how they look. I mean, they're being able to win some more of their duels. They're actually being able to find value out of the comp that they have. And their coordination, like for example on the Kawanzine and Tui's re-clear of A main, is actually, they're playing quite tightly together. They're playing around Sadak's utilities. So I'm feeling better about how they perform even if they lose. I think there's still a chance for Loud to win 2-1 if they play more like they do in the second half of this map and still pick a decent comp on Ascent. But I won't really feel confident until I see the comp that Loud lock in. Wow, he's holding ult here off. Really? How is Sadak gonna...
I'm surprised he's held on to it.
So his idea is he's gonna ult to stop them taking the space off the lockdown. So you want to ult about now. He got suppressed! And he didn't hit the ultimate!
He forgot about the knife! A crucial mistake that Loud have made before, and that might have costed them the map.
Les still gets a knock onto Zipan. It's not over yet. It's not over. The Cosmic Divide is really good for being able to get the plant down and res Zipan. That's a nice Nana Swarm. There's still time to get Zipan on his feet, but only just. They have planted. Zipan's back up. Nightfall comes in. It's really difficult to hold on to back halls here. Now, I haven't said that. Actually, there's no breach utility, so maybe it's more viable to hold on to back halls. These 2 players are still here. They need to dig the players out from back halls. Hello, Loud. While your Astro Wall is up, please fight back halls. Zipan's still here. The wall is falling. You've wasted all the time that was at your disposal. You don't even have time to defuse. The map is just over. What were they waiting for? I don't get it. Maybe I missed something that was happening there, but I don't get what they were waiting for. What was the big delay?
What a way to end this game. Both teams waking up.
What a sad round to end on after they'd actually played fairly well in that defensive half. Again, they won 5 out of the last 7 rounds.